Feeling lucky?
I'm guided by a force much greater than luck. I wonder if I'll be held responsible for this.
Hello everyone, we're the D20 duo because that's the name that we came up with. Welcome to the bitching out episode of Chrono Trigger, and this is Questlog.
Everything was bullshit.
Oh my god. Yeah. So bullshit.
You ever get told to do something by your mom, and as soon as you finish it, she asks you to do another thing, and as soon as you finish that, she asks you to go get food for your uncle, and then as soon as you deliver that, she asks you to go to deliver food to your grandma? That's what this episode felt like.
Oh my god, yeah. And it was, I looked at it, it was roughly 4 hours of streaming time.
Of us just running back and forth.
Basically, yes. Also, I forgot to start the video in the background. But yeah, basically 4 hours of us running back and forth and 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 back and forth. And for what? Not a goddamn thing.
Well, two things. No. 3 things.
What things?
There's 3 items that we got that are not worth our time.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 3 things that were worth our time. I'm like, tell me these 3 things because I don't know these fucking things. Oh my god. All right.
No, we got some.
We got a new
dragon
arm for Robo. Yeah, Robo's new weapon actually was worth it.
It is strong, but with the other thing that we're using, the other thing could technically be more powerful. So like, it's depending how you want to play the game. So
well, I'm not
for
using
some,
Robo
it may be
either
worth
way.
it.
So.
Yeah, so for you, it don't work. And then for the final item we get for the DLC, it's for a character neither of us are even planning to use, so it don't work. So I'm thinking the other half of the DLC is going to be the other 3 characters' items.
What was the other one?
Because we got something for Luca.
Oh, well, you got something for Luca. I didn't get shit.
You're still trying to fight. We'll save that for the end.
For anyone who's already lost, if you've just been following along the podcast, we are talking about one of the 2. Well, I guess there are 3 technically added things to the Chrono Trigger game for the DS and PC that was not in the original Super Nintendo release. In this particular instance, we are talking about the Lost Sanctum. We have completed the Lost Sanctum side quest, and it's a bunch of fucking gazebos, okay? Like, literally, it's a bunch of fetch questing for like I said, about 4 hours. Now, could we have cut that down a little bit? Probably, because we didn't use a guide for the first portion, and we just kind of ran around exploring everything.
And just trying to figure it out on our own. Because again, brand new bit of information for both of us. I've never played in general. He's never played the DLC. So we're still trying to enjoy it as it is. But goddamn, we should have had the goddamn guide the entire time and just powered through it. Because the story wasn't relevant.
No,
and I feel like there was nothing we learned about the characters.
Well, I felt like the story was not going to be relevant. It didn't really matter because it was an added DLC, or like we keep calling it a DLC. It's not truly a DLC because it wasn't download content. It was added to the game after the fact of the original release. So yeah, like we know that when we say DLC, it's not the true meaning, but we're gonna keep saying DLC more than likely, anyways. But
it's additional content added later.
Yeah.
Downloadable content. Loadable content.
Because it was additional content not relevant to the main portion of the game, I didn't figure it was going to end up being relevant to the main portion of the game. So I'm not surprised that the story didn't really have any true meaning.
I think the only thing is the Reptites having a shrine for our 3 characters.
Which is rather funny.
Yeah.
But and that's it. Like, I guess if you and we did have, you think about it. Think about Tyranno Lair, okay?
Yeah.
Back a few episodes ago when we defeated Tyranno Lair, we were kind of like, oh, well, this was like the Sith versus Jedi war. It's all or nothing. Like, the reptites are going to survive or the humans are going to survive, and that's it. Well, and then, to your knowledge, in the base game, the reptites did not survive. They were killed in their lair by Lavos falling.
Maggots. The maggots ate them.
So you find that this, like, lost village is a lost village of reptites, and
Yep.
basically, they start with like their racist bullshit, calling you apes, but then they realize that we're actually the good guys and we're here to help because we do all their fucking chores for them.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally, so you can enter the Lost Sanctum in 65 million BC and then again in 600 AD. So prehistory and then the medieval ages. And
Yeah, and nothing really changed.
no. The areas that you go into around the village were slightly different, but not different enough to really like
Yeah.
to make notice of, I guess. Like
Just the elder. The elder was the only one because he turned brown
yeah.
or gray.
And then the southern glade changed slightly between the two eras. The mountain was
Yep.
the mountain was the same.
The
The
mountain didn't change at
tunnel
all.
was the same.
And then the cliffside
was pretty much the
up
same.
top. Yeah,
So,
that didn't change either.
yeah. And literally this is just a bunch of fetch questing. You start talking to some of them and they like, "Hey, can you do this thing for me? Thank you. We'll be eternally grateful to you." And then you go back and forth from prehistory to medieval times to access the things that
So
you
many
want.
times.
And there was a point during the quest where it was similar to the Sunstone quest, where you had to put the stone on the pedestal,
Rock on the cliff.
and then you got a fancy one. Oh, there was the whole
We had to leave
paradox
it up
thing.
on the cliff. Yeah.
Yeah,
More paradoxes that mean nothing.
Because you use the one stone, because there was only the one stone, but it needed a second stone to become the final stone. So you put it on the pedestal in the prehistory, go back to medieval times, take it off the pedestal, and then take it back to prehistory. And then when you combine them, like, it's still, this is cool. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey? No. Nothing affected.
They just merged together to create a new thing instead of fucking touching and destroying the universe, because two things of the same thing should not exist at the same time.
Yeah, especially considering the fact that, like you said, it's two things of the same thing. Literally, we put a stone on the thing, went to the future, grabbed that stone from the future, came back to the past, took the stone from the past, and then smushed them together. Like, the moment we took the stone from the past, the other one should have ceased to exist.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where this game started, if you remember way back when, right? And I already said, like, on stream while we were streaming, and maybe even in the last podcast, time travel in RPGs is a little lazy. I think it's a bit of a lazy mechanic, and many games don't do it right. And for the most part, I do think Chrono Trigger gets it right, but this is not one of those times. But you think back to the very beginning of the game, right? What's the first major fucking thing that we did? We saved the queen. We saved Marley's ancestor, because if we didn't save Marley's ancestor, Marley disappeared.
Yep.
Like, we would have changed the present. So, like, what the fuck? Like, you get the one time of the Back to the Future paradox, and then never again.
Yep. The one time that there was an actual consequence if you didn't do it. And then the rest of the game's like, nah, that was just showing you like it only affects people creating paradoxes, not any items. Items don't matter.
Yeah. Fuck your items.
Items don't create
Fuck 'em.
paradoxes.
Yeah, who cares? It's fine. It's fine. No big deal.
So many questions. It's like Prometheus.
There's a lot of questions with that.
Oh yeah. That's exactly why there's a quote about it. There's so many questions, just like Prometheus. But yeah, it was like we said, this is the Bitch Quest episode. Bitch Quest episode. That's the title of this one. Join us on our next episode of Bitch Quest.
Type Bitch Quest down in the comments.
Yeah, it's pretty early in the episode for the
I figure this is going to be a short episode because no one's going to want to sit here and listen to us bitch for an hour. I don't even like the fact that we go an hour most times, not going to lie, but we talk a lot. So
yeah, we do talk a lot, which I feel like more people enjoy because it's not completely about the game. Because a lot of people like ADHD a lot too. Because
you make a
lot of people,
bold assumption that people watch this.
No, I'm meaning more in general. People prefer watching people with ADHD.
Oh,
because it's like a mind trip. You're like, where the fuck did their mind go? Oh! Yeah, exactly. Shiny rock, squirrel.
Exactly.
But yeah, this, like, I agree. This should be a short episode because there's nothing to really touch base on. We just did fetch quests, and then we were in Uber for the end part of it, and then we went through a tower. We finally fought things that mattered. Oh, for those who may play this in the future, don't worry about Isla stealing shit. Not a single creature has anything you can steal the entire area until you beat it. And even the boss of this area, you can't steal from either. So just power through.
Either that or literally every time that we attempted to steal something, we had the worst luck ever. And I gave it, I didn't always pay attention when you were doing it, but I gave it multiple attempts. And
I tried twice on each creature at least, and I still had the alluring top on.
Yeah,
so like my success rate should be like 80%. I don't know what the actual percentages are because it doesn't say, but I'm assuming because in creatures that we fought before the DLC, it had almost 100% success rate, except with the exception of bosses where it took the second time.
Yeah,
everything else I automatically got it right away. So.
And even then, most of the bosses, since we started using Isla to steal, I felt like we got something from them on the first try almost every time.
Yeah, it was always like a speed or a power tablet, and it was worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the DLC, don't bother trying to steal shit. It's not worth your time.
Pretty much.
And then.
Yeah, there were a couple bosses. The set of bosses. So now you didn't experience it.
Oh, the Manticore.
Yeah, you didn't experience it, but I did. They had a little trick to them. And
they could heal each other, right?
Well, no, it wasn't even so much to heal each other. Like if you didn't kill them both, the one was gonna revive after a certain point.
Yeah.
My God, I don't even know where it is. Oh, here's where we entered the tower with the snakes and bullshit and
snacks.
Snack.
Yeah, but like obviously you guys are seeing the video right now. Look how far he's skipping. Everything prior to this was fetch quest.
Yep. Fetch quest, and then there was a tiny part of this primeval fortress that was fighting enemies. Like a traditional dungeon, and then we got to this boss, and yeah, the boss itself they weren't hard per se, but yeah, if you don't kill them quick enough, the one will respawn.
Yeah, it'll revive the other,
and I think it was full power. Like I think I had.
Was it like full HP?
Yeah, I think I had to fully kill it again.
Oh wow. Yeah, that would be a bad dynamic. The reason why I did not have that issue is because my characters are almost 10 to 12 levels higher than him. So like I was able to go through it just a little bit faster. So I didn't experience that. But yeah.
Well, part of it too
if
for
we were
you
there.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't even remember what I was going to say.
Wow.
Part of the two for me.
Well, no, part of it was that you had, so you were using Robo, and Chrono. So you have Twister, which is a all target triple tech.
AoE.
So I don't. So using Frog instead of Robo, it's a single target triple tech. So even if I were to have been using the triple tech, I wasn't able to do like max damage to them because I could only do singles.
And even using Lumiere, I think the blue one took a bunch of damage, but the red one took about a third of that damage.
One of them took much less damage than the other one.
The other, yeah.
Also, there, and here's a good point too about this whack-ass additional content. Right now, a couple seconds ago, it just used a spell. Now see, there was a different spell. It's going to make me contradict myself, but it used dark matter.
Yeah,
and like how the bugs that we were fighting. No, before that it was a standard just a standard one. But and it kind of like how the bugs that we were fighting were using dark bomb. They literally got lazy with these enemies and just a lot of them are using attacks that our party has, and I don't know. It's the whole of the Lost Sanctum feels just lazy to me, and I'm really hoping that I'm not going to feel that way with the Dimensional Vortex. Because if so, I'm going to be real upset because, and we'll talk about it as we end this episode today. Before we started recording, we were planning on, we've made it well known that we were going to start our Final Fantasy series playthrough after Chrono Trigger. But we sat down today and we decided on, we're going to go back and forth from Final Fantasy to a game, Final Fantasy to a game, Final Fantasy to so on, so on, so on. We actually sat down and basically planned out our next 7 games that we're going to play. It's probably, when we come back next year to Christmas, we'll be done. I don't even know, man. You figure we went through SNES RPGs, right? That's those are smaller compared to modern RPGs like Clair Obscur and such. Well, it's taking us 12 plus episodes to do this, and we only meet once a week, 52 weeks in a year. We're going to be finished. We might be ready to actually choose a new game next year.
I mean, personally,
unless we veto one.
Getting through Final Fantasy 1 and 2, I feel will not take that long.
No,
those
and
games
I do
will
think
be
you're
really
right.
Quick. I think Golden Sun 1 and 2, because those are directly the
next
two. Those are the ones that are going to kill us.
You spoiled. I was going to talk about it at the end of the episode.
Well, this was the episode. I hope you guys liked it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I mean, okay.
But yeah, spoiler,
we're going to do the Golden Sun series.
To Golden Sun,
yeah,
which is another series I've never played. Other than looking at the box art, I genuinely have no idea what it's about. I didn't watch anything about it because I'm anticipating that I'm going to find out. So what's the point of watching it now?
No,
it's been out for 30 years.
Not that long. 20 years.
When did it come out?
I want to say 2005.
When did it come out?
I want to say 2005. Not even gonna lie. It was Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance was 2000 to 2007. So
you're close, but it was sooner.
2? 1?
Sooner. Yes, it's 2001. August 1st, 2001.
Okay.
So I'm rounding up, but it's 25 years.
Well, more by the time we touch it, because again, we're going to after we finish Chrono Trigger, we are going to Final Fantasy 1. So by the time we touch it, yes, it will be closer to 25 years than 24, realistically.
Yeah.
So
Well, again, I don't think Final Fantasy 1 is going to take us that long in general because that is one that I'm very familiar with and I know you're extremely familiar
yeah.
with also. So
Well,
that one, I don't think we're going to I think the only thing we're going to have fun with is there's 6 characters we can choose from and we're going to be choosing different characters.
we're not gonna have fun. That's the only thing we're gonna have fun with.
What did I say?
The only thing we're gonna have fun with. Like, are you not?
Oh, that's not what I was trying to say.
Okay.
I was trying to say the only thing that we're gonna have different is the fact that there's 6 characters and we're both gonna choose different characters for it, which I won't spoil what we're choosing, but I know what I want.
Oh, you do already know what you want. Ooh, okay. We're gonna talk about that once we stop recording this episode. I'm curious because I want to know. Because I kind of know what I want
it
too.
After my siblings.
Oh, okay.
I literally, the party that I use, I will name my siblings. That's how I've always played it because it works out really perfectly with their personalities. So that's how I like view them.
I have an idea.
So that's how I play.
I have an idea for something.
Oh no.
Remember how we were talking about when we were talking about what game we are going to like add to the list next? And I told you about Final Fantasy, the Anniversary Edition on PSP, and whether I was going to make that a side quest or not. I actually just thought of a good idea to do a side quest.
Okay.
What's
the side?
I'll
is that game the side quest?
No,
no.
It's. I'll tell you once we're offline. Okay.
Okay.
I'll tell you once we're
Spoilers.
Recording. Yeah.
Spoilers.
Well, because there was something I was thinking about doing anyways, in the world of Final Fantasy 1, and if I do it as a side quest, at least then, if I get frustrated, I can abandon the side quest without us abandoning the game.
Yeah, fair.
But so one of the things with the Final Fantasy playthrough is for at least the first 6 games. And I already have it.
Pixel remasters.
Yeah, we're doing the Pixel remasters, which I know we've already gotten a lot of flack for, but I don't care. The Pixel remasters are well, I got flack for it.
Okay, it's the same game.
It's not.
Well, it's not the same game.
Because Final Fantasy 3 is very different if you play the 3D remake. The 3D remake of Final Fantasy 3 takes your generic characters and puts real characters to them. Like it makes them have real characters.
I've played a little bit of the remake, but that game has a very bad saving system for the remake. And so like I've always gotten too frustrated where I've never made it that far.
Oh, okay. I've completed
the save system.
I've completed the 3D remake because I have it on I have the 3D remakes on the DS down there. Now when I play it, I will be playing the PC versions because you're kind enough to own them on the PC version, and we're totally not, library sharing.
No, not at all.
But I'm gonna do the side quest of the 3D remakes for Final Fantasy 3 and 4. So that'll work nicely. But we are doing the Pixel remasters for 1 through 6, and I am doing a Platinum Trophy challenge for the 6 Pixel remasters. Now, spoilers, when we do part 2, I have already gotten the Platinum Trophy on part 2, so I won't be doing it quite as hard for that one.
Part 2?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 2.
Oh, you said part 2, so I was like part 2.
Oh, sorry.
I was like, what game? What game has a part 2?
A couple of them do.
That's not till after all the remakes.
Yeah. Well, no.
But there is one thing that I know is the difference between the remasters. Some of the monsters do not look the same. In the Pixel remasters, some of the monsters do not look the same because like I've played Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls, which might be completely different than the original one too by itself. But the Ivy monster that looks like a kiwi, like does not look like anything like when I saw you playing it. Like they look different.
Well,
so some of the monsters are like different textured and colors.
To my knowledge, on the Pixel remasters, like they utilize the original sprite work.
Okay.
or like how the original sprites were designed. So the monsters should all look like they did in the original game, just remastered.
Yeah. Yeah. So playing 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls, I think was already like they switched out the sprites.
It wouldn't surprise me because, again, you figure, so looking at Final Fantasy 1, right? Did you ever see, like, it was real early in my streaming career, like, because it was like one of the first games I ever streamed. Did you see me complete the original Final Fantasy 1 on stream? Okay. Because Final Fantasy 1 is a completely different beast from, like, everything. And then Final Fantasy 1, as part of Dawn of Souls, did really it really like tried to modernize it, but it changed it at the same time. It made both games similar looking because they were all in one thing. Now, while the Pixel Remaster also does that, like there's very little differences in the look of the 6 Pixel Remaster games. Like they all have the same menu system, with slight differences, and then the worlds look very similar, but
which that's something that I want to look into too, because with Final Fantasy 1 versus Final Fantasy 1 Dawn of Souls, and I think Final Fantasy 2 versus Final Fantasy 2 Dawn of Souls, the leveling system, not like just for like level 1, level 2, but like for your defense, evasion, speed, like it's dependent on the weapon you use and like how many hits you take. Whereas one of them also where you could equip 2 weapons in one hand, whereas one of them you could only do 1 in a shield. So like they changed some of the equipment type stuff and your leveling progress a little bit too.
Well,
so I want to look into how the Pixel Remaster allows you to level stats versus what you could equip for weapons. Because I never used the shield. I was like, fucking Buccaneer all the way, and I'm just like,
well, so for Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 2 itself has a completely different leveling system than every other Final Fantasy game in existence.
Because that one's about repetitiveness.
Yeah.
Like for magic, if you use fire so many times, it turns into Pyra.
The more it becomes more powerful.
Yes.
So that's going to be part of that one. In the original Final Fantasy, like the OG Final Fantasy, you could not equip 2 weapons, to my recollection. You could do 1 and a shield if your character used a shield, but I don't think like the thief or the black belt could use a shield. In Final Fantasy 2, I believe you could equip a weapon in each hand as long as it wasn't a 2-handed weapon.
Yes.
But
that's what I recall.
Well, and we have said this before. We will be using the boosts just to cut down on grind time, especially grinding that happens on stream. We'll have to talk about it before, and this is part of the reason why I wanted to get the Pixel Remaster on Switch, so I could kind of play ahead of ourselves and just have something to do in my spare time at work. But like in Final Fantasy VI, I think it behooves us to not level up like crazy, at least not until we start getting espers, because if I remember correctly, espers give you a bonus for leveling up with them equipped. Like if you have X esper equipped and you level up, you get plus 5% HP bonus on top of your whatever you would get for that level, if I remember correctly. But I will have that done for us before we get to that point. So that because I know that we want to grind, and now we're not going to grind till like, oh, I just left the first dungeon is level 99. Like we're not going to do that kind of shit.
Skyrim anytime.
Well, but Skyrim. So Skyrim's a bit of a different beast in that regard, because like leaving the first dungeon
levels up with you.
Well,
so
first
you're fucked when you walk out of that cave. Everything's level 80 and you have iron daggers. You're fucked.
And the second part of that though is, you think about it, but before you go to the second dungeon, you could have put 300 hours into the game doing like everything else but the main quest. So like a bit of a different story there, but which no, you will never see Skyrim on quest log. Sorry. We've discussed it, and we are going to avoid many open world RPGs because we're both very obviously ADHD. As we're 30 minutes into this podcast, and we haven't talked about Chrono Trigger in the past 10. But
like, I imagine if we did any, like, here's the top reason why we can't do open world. We will both be heading a direction. I guarantee. Yeah, exactly. We're both gonna see something and drift apart, and we're not in the same game together, so we can't just turn around and be like, "Hey, no, you come back here." No, I found a cave. He found a mountain. We're gone. Like, not gonna have the same experience at all.
And there are certain games that we're going to try to look into that that actually have direct co-op. There's a action RPG that is on our list that I know has co-op. We're going to try to find some co-op games to do together. And there is at least one there's one on our list. You mentioned it this morning that you noticed that I had added it to this list, the list, Mr. Wrong.
Yeah.
That is kind of considered open world, but honestly, we will probably utilize a point guide of like, we should be going here, kill this thing or do this thing, then here, then here, then here.
You beat that one. I have not. You did it? I thought
I abandoned it.
You started it.
I started. I got all the way to the end, and I abandoned it because it pissed me off.
Yeah.
But now I know what I want to do with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you've watched my channel, you know what game I'm talking about at this point now. But I know what I want to do with it.
Okay. I have not played the first two of said game, and I own them. I do own all of them now. So like, I wanted to play through them just so that I have I mean, I played the third one 100% of the way through, and I was obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I feel like going back to those games, I should be fine. But if you want to save it for us to do together, I say I can wait on them. I have clearly not started them yet.
At least,
and I want
at least the first one.
And
I don't know if we'll go beyond the first one, because I don't know if I'll go beyond the first one because I don't know if I want to. We'll see if I can at least get through the first one with this playthrough. But
the third one is fantastic.
Well, Coptimus has been obsessed with the third one lately, so
he's been streaming it.
But like, I don't know if I'll want to go beyond the first.
All these morsels of juicy hints,
right?
Fucking put it in the comments. Tell me if you know
that. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll want to continue that series as a whole. All of them are on my personal list, but I don't know if I will actually go through all of them. We'll see. Having Mr. Wrong around has benefits, so it might keep me focused on doing certain things and trying to push myself through games. We've discussed it before.
God.
What?
I'm thinking, because...
Are you thinking about yourself with benefits? That's a little creepy. Save it for off stream.
I have all my own benefits. But no, I was thinking that this is a type of game that I rage to after a certain amount of time on a certain thing, at a certain part where you just have to keep repeating until you win. I can only imagine me and you fighting the same thing and both losing over and over and over again. We are not going to help each other. We're both going to be so angry.
Yeah.
Or one of us is going to beat it with no problem, and the other person is going to struggle for like a half hour, because that is how that game works. It's either you catch on really quick to how it moves, or you don't.
Now you've given up too much information.
No, because there are like 20 games. We're talking about one. There's like 20 games of this series.
Sort of.
The same one.
But, and we've kind of discussed it before, and thankfully we haven't hit that, but of course we're only we're not even quite 2 games deep. 3, I guess, if you count the Mario RPG side quest as part of the overall quest log.
I'd say yeah. I'd say it was the first one we started with.
Well, but
I'd say yeah.
Well, Mario RPG, yes, but I'm talking about like me playing the OG version or the remake version at the same time.
The OG. Yeah. Okay.
But we have discussed it that if both of us vote to veto a game out, we will abandon it because there are a lot of games on our list that neither one of us have ever played. I've pulled them
we
from.
Don't know.
Yeah, I've pulled them from. Video after video after video and list after list after list after list of like the greatest RPGs of all time. And some of these games I've avoided in the past because of things, that I've heard about them or the way it looked when I first watched it. And it's just like, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, maybe we should give it a shot. You know what I mean? So we have agreed that there is a veto system. Like,
we're going to try them. But if we both just shit on it, we'll have one episode podcast where we're like, and that was a wrap on that terrible fucking game. On to the next one.
I'd like to think that we'll get past at least one episode. But, I mean...
yeah, we should...
We should probably establish a official protocol as to when we can veto. But
I think of it this way.
I don't think we're going to have to veto for a while.
True. I think there's a lot of TV shows where you have to make it through the first 2 episodes before it gets into the plot where it's good.
Most TV shows is actually about the first season. You have to get into, like, you have to get past the first season. That's a lot of times.
20-some hours.
That's a lot of times where they find, like, their real stride is when they hit season 2. But I don't feel any worry about needing to
the next 7 games.
I've never completed Golden Sun because I ended up raging.
Did you abandon it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I've tried playing that one on stream before. That's specifically why that series got added to this particular list was because
you want to beat it.
I want to beat it
by yourself.
It's considered one of the greatest RPGs of all time. It's considered the best mobile RPG of all time in my opinion, to my knowledge. It's considered an absolute fantastic game. It just could not keep my interest going at a certain point in time. I also, the last time I tried to do it... How far do
you think that you went through it, though?
I don't know. I'd probably say at least 10 hours. Like, at least
for
10.
An older game like that, should have been close to the end unless you were grinding a lot.
I mean, I was grinding a lot. A lot.
I figured that would be the case, but still 10 hours is a long time to play a Game Boy Advance game because most of those generation took about 6 hours if you truly played. No, 6 hours feels really low. No, 6 hours is really low for amount of time.
Main story approximately 22 hours.
Oh wow.
Main and sides like so to like complete like 100% completion about 27. So
damn, 7 hours for side quests?
5 hours. 22 to 27.
Oh, I thought you said 20.
So
which I feel like for those maybe we're just going to talk about what our plans for the future are this podcast instead of Chrono Trigger. That's what you guys are here for.
Well, because the Lost Sanctum sucked. Period.
Yeah, the Lost Sanctum, honestly, what we're talking about now is 10 times more interesting. Y'all are watching the video. It's fetch quests. That's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do every side quest in these games, or should we look at a guide to see what ones are beneficial? Because I feel like with how many games that we have planned to go through, unless a side quest is not garbage like this. I think we've learned our lesson of what to do and not do. I think we should at least look at maybe not specifically what the side quest is about, but what we get from it.
No, and that seems a lot fair.
Screenshot the feet now. Feetfinder.com. Look at that. Look at those toes. Look at that. Look at those toesies. Oh,
God.
the pale man.
All right, so I do not have the Golden Sun guide like I thought I did. Oh, now my shit's all tangled. Good job. But
It's all the toesies.
I think that's an appropriate response is to go through and look at what side quests are available and what you would get from them.
Yeah.
To make that a real, like, legitimate idea, right?
Yeah. I think so, like, in my brain, like Final Fantasy 12, for example, the hunting quests are worth doing because it unlocks certain items towards the end of the game. And you unlock really good items for completing certain quests too, because it unlocks, I think, it unlocks a certain Esper if you complete said quests. So doing those kind of things, they're side quests for sure, but like they turn out to be 100% worth it.
Yeah, no, and I agree. Well, and I will say that Final Fantasy is probably going to be more of the exception than the rule in that regard.
Yeah.
Because usually the side quests in Final Fantasy, for the most part, I've found have been beneficial overall. And Chrono Trigger, all of the side quests have been beneficial with the exception of the Lost Sanctum. Like if you did all the the basic side quests in Chrono Trigger, there is no reason to do the Lost Sanctum. The only thing worthwhile to get through the Lost Sanctum is to find the fucking rock that is a rare spawn and hard as hell to kill because it evades everything except for magic.
And then it runs on
its second turn.
But it gives you 10,000 experience and 20,000 gold.
And that is good, and it gives you an item that gets the best armor in the game for Luca. So if you're going to use Luca, it might be worth going through the side quest just to find the ability to find that rock. But even then, I mean, realistically, if she's a main member of your party, it'd probably just be more beneficial to just give her the prism dress if you chose the prism dress.
Oh, so, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And save yourself all of the effort.
I'm still claiming that the Lost Sanctum isn't worth it, but I do agree that for games, because we've already decided that we're going to maybe not follow the guide to the letter, but we're going to have a guide for most of these games because he's a treasure whore and he likes treasure. Yes.
So do you.
I do.
You're a money whore.
Nice thing about yes, that I am. Nice thing about the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters is they actually tell you how many chests are still in the area for you to find everywhere. Like that's actually really nice for me as I'm doing the Platinum Trophy Challenge for it. I plan on doing the Platinum Trophy Challenge for more than Final Fantasy 1 through 6. I have to look. I'm pretty sure I'm going to attempt the Platinum Trophy Challenge for Final Fantasy 7. Okay. I have to look and see what 8 entails. If I remember correctly, there was one trophy in 8 that I was like, nope, I'm not even going to bother attempting that. So booty on it. Is 8
the one with the gunblade?
Yes.
Okay.
Final Fantasy 9, I will not attempt the Platinum Trophy. For anyone who doesn't know, and we've discussed this before, but you probably might not remember the discussion. In Final Fantasy IX, it has one of the most bullshit-ass mechanics ever. There's only one bigger bullshit-ass mechanic in the entire Final Fantasy series that I can think of off the top of my head. And the best weapon in the game is right outside of the final boss's door. or chamber, and you have to
But you
get
have
there
to
within
get
like
there
17
within-
hours. That literally means like no grinding, no ability getting, no treasure hunting, no chocobo treasure hunting,
races.
none of that stuff. Nothing. You pretty much have to speed run from the start of the game to get to the end to get the Excalibur 2. And it's the most powerful sword in the game, but it's not that much more powerful. It's only for Steiner. So if you're not using Steiner anyways, which I would question why you're not using Steiner personally, because he's powerful as fuck, especially if you slap him in the party with Vivi. Holy shit.
Is Steiner the one with the tail?
No,
He's the main character?
The knight.
Oh, okay.
Sergeant Clanky Pants.
Clanky Pants. Okay.
Because if you slap him in the party with Vivi, Vivi can cast magic on his sword, and he can attack.
Oh.
Not like a red mage like it enables his sword type of thing. Like
Yeah.
he literally holds the sword out. Vivi casts like thunder on it, and then he slashes with a thunder slash.
Yeah. They do a combo attack.
Yes. But yeah, for that, that's one of the trophies is to get the Excalibur 2. Nope. No.
Not worth it.
And like, because even if I, like, the only way I could think of doing it would be to cheese it, because in the Final Fantasy Final Fantasy 9 remastered, you can turn on max damage. So every time you attack, you're doing 10,000 damage. Like, if you're going to do that, you could actually run through the game. Plus, you could turn off random encounters. But even then, you're not going to have a ton of time to grind. You're not going to have a ton of time to learn abilities. I mean, I guess you don't really need to...
Yeah, that seems really difficult.
Like, you don't... I guess if you turn on max damage where you're doing 10,000 damage with every standard attack, I guess you don't need to learn abilities. I guess you don't really need to grind other than enough to stay alive. So yeah. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll do that to do it, but but it also, for our purposes, would defeat the point of going through the story and enjoying what is considered one of the greatest stories of the Final Fantasy franchise.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy X. I would like to do the trophy challenge on that, but I know a lot of them is get their unlock celestial weapons, and I think you've already vetoed the idea of doing the lightning dodges. So,
I mean, you could do it. I mean, that's something that we do off stream regardless.
Oh yeah,
that is hours, painstakingly hours, and it's not necessarily that like I'm vetoing us doing it. It's I'm vetoing myself doing it, because I've tried so many times, and I've never gotten Lulu's.
No, and that's fair. The one thing I've will
gotten
say,
everyone else's, but just not Lulu's, because fucking hell.
The one thing I will say, and I don't know if it was part of the strategy, right? But shout out to my friend Lidipus. I watched him play through Final Fantasy X last year, I think it was, and he fought the super boss. The super boss in 10 is probably the most intense super boss up to that point.
The Magus sisters?
No, it's this giant thing called Penance, and yeah, it will muff you up. I'll see if I can find on Lidipus's channel the fight with Penance, but I don't know how much or what he did to prep for it, but he spent quite a bit of time prepping for it. I believe you have to do all kinds of stuff to get it. And he used all three ladies in the party. And I think that's part of the strategy.
Lulu and Yuna?
I think that's part of the strategy, is using the three ladies. So if we're going to take on Penance, we might have to actually sit down and do the lightning dodges.
Oh.
But I mean, I'll figure that out.
A lot of the weapons are really good anyway.
You can make some of the characters. You can make a weapon that is better than their celestial weapon.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I will research all that prior to us attempting it, but that's a thing.
I'm surprised I didn't know about Penance. I've completed that game a few times.
Did you complete the OG or the remaster?
OG.
It's part of the international version, which the remaster is the
Oh.
international version. So,
Gotcha. That would be why.
so I don't believe it was in the original like PlayStation 2 release for us over here in the States.
Well, that and the Magic Sisters. The Magic Sisters, holy shit, when you encounter them randomly, I was not ready for them because this is before I grinded like really badly and got really overpowered. I was just playing the game as normal and I was just re-exploring areas and I ran into them and they fucking destroyed me, doing 9,999 damage instantly. I was like, "What? How? How do you beat this?" It's possible, but it takes forever.
Yeah. No,
Are you looking it up?
No, sorry. My realtor.
Ah, someone's buying a house.
Maybe.
Trying to buy a house.
Um,
I just got a message from Autumn. Her water broke.
ooh, congratulations.
I say she's currently at the hospital.
Autumn is one of his best friend. I don't know, one of your best friends.
She's my best friend.
Okay. Some people get weird when like in the terminology of like one of my or my best friend. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, I don't use it lightly either, because like you're my best friend too. But like, it's not like I'm grading people. Shut up. I'm not like grading. I'm not like putting you above or below people. Like you're allowed to have people that you get along with or consider to be your best friends. That I don't consider the term friend loosely because I consider I have a lot of acquaintances that I'm friendly with.
No, and
but I'm
that's
not
fair.
friends with them.
No, and that's fair. Like I think like in the same kind of regard for me, like I will use the term best friend, but I will just like say it very kind of like generically, kind
Yeah.
of. But if I truly consider someone like one of my best friends, in my
Yeah.
mind, they're family, not friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, 100%.
because I was talking about this with someone the other day, and I can't remember. Oh, it was one of my team members at work. So we were talking about the upcoming, Christmas is coming, but by the time you all see this,
Christmas is coming.
Christmas will have happened.
Christmas is here.
But we were talking about that and talking about family and how family isn't always blood. You know what I mean? Like we were having a discussion.
Okay,
about
Van
that.
Diesel.
But it's true though.
Family.
It's true though
This
because
family.
I consider certain people in my life more family than I consider actual family.
Yeah.
So not that I
mean that makes
I
a
don't
lot of
dislike
sense.
anyone in my family for the most part.
Yeah, I was like, the way your eye just did a full roll. Yeah. No,
I
totally love every
I have one
Let me
person in
tell
my
you.
family that I don't really associate with anymore, and that's mainly because they
Yes.
don't really feel like they want to associate with me. So if you don't want to be part of my life, that's fine. To my knowledge, this
Yeah.
person barely even knows that I got divorced 2 years ago.
This person's kind of a bitch.
Well,
This person
she'd
we've
admit
talked
that.
about. Yeah. No, I
She
know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're off topic again, but
Yeah, well, hold on. So, I started a group chat with my siblings because we were trying to buy my mom something. And
I remember
I
you saying
brought
this.
it
Yep.
up. Yeah. And so I named the group chat Sibling Rivalry, not knowing, first off, that they saw that the group chat was called this. I thought it was just for my phone to show like what group chat it was, but no, it showed them that the group chat was called that.
If
So my oldest brother,
if they're both on Android with you,
Yeah.
like if you're all on Android, yes, it would show them. Like if
Yeah,
I
they're
was
all
in
on
there because I'm
Android.
on iPhone, it would not show me the group name.
No?
No.
Okay. So I didn't know that it showed him that because I have like 5 group chats right now with my family members.
Mhm.
So I was literally just trying to separate them so that I didn't forget and message the wrong one. Because there's literally one with just my siblings and their spouses, my siblings and my parents, and then my parents and 2 siblings. So like I have too many group chats, so I literally just named it like
That's way
that.
too
And
many.
so my oldest brother is like, this group name offends me. This is rude. And I know he's just giving me sass, so I renamed it. I was like, okay, fine. You're so offended. I will rename it. So I named it Totally Loving Siblings Who Love Each Other Very Much.
Ah!
And I was like, is that better? And so they all just reacted with laughing face emojis. I was like, it's a sibling rivalry. That is our dynamic is just yell at each other, honestly.
That's
We
fair.
do love each other, but like we're very sassy too. Think of how me and Timmy treat each other. That's my family dynamic. That's all of us. My brothers call me Stephanie for fuck's sake. So like that says a lot.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, any horror. I think we actually covered everything with Chrono Trigger because the last thing we were talking about was fighting this damn rock, which I did get extremely lucky and I had third time's a charm and I was able to kill it by pure chance and coincidence. I literally just got lucky.
mhm.
As a Rob is having it spawn more often, but it keeps running before he can do anything. It's just
I
being
couldn't
such
capitalize
a
on
bitch.
it. Well, because
Yeah,
the
it's
first
being
few
such a
times,
bitch.
the first few times I found it, so I had switched Magus into the party because it said something about cast Dark Bomb on it with Magus only, but
Yeah.
Magus is my weakest character. Um,
Who, by the
Uh,
way, you hyped up from the very beginning of the game that you were going to use him, and then you have not touched him
well, because
since.
I did, and then you sounded like you wanted to use him, and then you decided to not use him, and I was like, well, now I'm
I
already
just
kind of
wanted to
set.
level him up.
I'm already kind of set on the whole Frog and Isla party at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, Magus was good and that, but like, I feel like his triple text required a fucking thing in order to use, and that's not that beneficial. Because he could have an item equipped instead to make him stronger instead of that.
No, and
So,
I agree. And then it takes out triple text. Plus,
yeah.
I don't think he has a triple tech with Chrono, so that does mean taking Chrono out of the party, and I'm not about that. So,
Yeah, exactly. That also.
but
Which I had him in the party just to level him up because my thought process is similar to how Robo had a solo battle. I didn't want to go into a random solo battle with just him and him be level 35.
that is
we'd
fair.
lose.
Yeah, that is fair.
We would lose so quickly.
Yeah. But yeah, so I had Magus in the party. I tried attacking with Dark Bomb. It wasn't doing enough damage. Now I will say I felt like Dark Bomb maybe the reason why is Dark Bomb maybe prevents him from escaping sooner. Like because he did stick around for a bit longer with Dark Bomb, but and then I ended up just started trying to use Luminaire because it's very obvious that magic is what he's weak to, but I couldn't do enough damage with the two combined, and then I had Isla in the party, so she was useless for that. So then I swapped her out, and then I just got the bright idea to just swap in Marley and Luca and just try to Delta Force him in one shot him. But he
Delta Force or Omnipode?
I thought it was called I thought it was Antipode, like their triple tech, but it's called Delta Force. But it's still a 3-way magic attack, so
Yeah.
I assume that will do the best for me. But I just got to get him to spawn, and I got him to spawn. While I was waiting for Stefan today, I got him to spawn one time in over an hour of running back
Like,
and
its
forth.
spawn rate is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Another reason why you should skip this area.
Yeah. And when I got it, I'm like, oh yeah, you're going down, you little bitch. And he confused Marley because she was the only person in the party that didn't have a thing that prevented status ailments on her. And then I couldn't triple attack, and
Yep.
by the time I was trying to figure it all out, that why I couldn't do it, and he ran off, and that was it.
Yeah. He's a little bitch.
Pretty much. I'll probably try again before we reconvene on Friday for the live stream. Which, by the way, if you don't already follow us on Twitch, you can find our Twitch links down below. Come join the live stream Friday mornings around 9:30 Eastern Time and watch us play this live and discuss it live. Even though we reconvene to discuss the podcast. If you're watching this episode of the podcast on my YouTube channel, don't forget to follow Mr. Wrong's YouTube channel. But we're already done streaming for the day, so you missed us. So come find us on Twitch so you can join us. Join us.
Live.
Join us.
And then you can tell us how terrible we are and you hate us and we should stop this.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Bring the ante. Bring it all.
Yeah.
Pull it on me.
But any final thoughts about the Lost Sanctum in Chrono Trigger, other than thank fucking God we're done?
Honestly, that's a good note to end on. Is thank fucking God we're done. Well, I'm done with it. Thank God I'm done with it.
Like I said, I will try to get the Elemental Aegis armor before we reconvene. But we'll see if that actually happens or not. So, all right, everyone. Be on the lookout for our next live streams. Again, make sure to follow us on Twitch. Don't forget to like and subscribe here on my YouTube channel and follow Mr. Wrong's YouTube channel as well. We've got 2 more weeks of episodes for Chrono Trigger at least. We're going to be doing the Black Omen this coming week, and the final we'll actually complete the game, and then we're going to go back and do the Dimensional Vortex, and as long as it's not bullshit, we'll start it and finish it, hopefully in one stream. And then we are moving on to the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster.
No.
No, what?
Then, after we do the other, we're going to go solo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, once we do complete the Dimensional Vortex, or if we decide to abandon the Dimensional Vortex, we will make one attempt to go solo Lavas.
We're going to beat him. We are going to be level 99, max strength on everything. We have no reason not to win.
I mean, realistically, we don't. So, but yeah, be on the lookout for that.
Kick its ass.
And then we will be moving on to Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster, starting our full playthrough of the Final Fantasy series, which will include Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, for the after years, 5,
you can count
6,
on your hand
7,
how many of the games
8,
we're for sure playing right
9,
away.
10, 10, 2, 11, or no, not 11, 12, 13, 13, 2, 13, 3, 15, Mystic Quest
12 technically
remake,
has a second one too, doesn't it?
Rebirth, Part 3, whatever it ends up being called, and
Lightning Returns.
No, I'm talking about Final Fantasy 7. I already said Final Fantasy 13-3. I mean, it's going to include a lot of Final Fantasy games. Plus, we have at least one other Final Fantasy game on our list that is not part of the main playthrough, which is Mystic Quest. Which is one of the games that I voted for our first game after Pixel Remaster. But I'm glad Golden Sun got it. What we did was
it's just random.
We came to each other in our group chat and posted the 3 games that we want to do next, and we posted them at the same time. Wow, pretty sure that's against US.
And we came to each other.
Not on each other.
Came to each other.
And we picked 3 games, and the decision would be if any one of the 3 games matched, we would do that. And we both had Golden Sun on the list, so that's why we decided to do that. And then we decided that we're just going to go ahead and do all 3 Golden Suns, alternating with the first 3 games of the Pixel Remaster. So,
that will at least be fresh in our minds for the most part, where if we do Golden Sun 1 and then a year from now after we've done other games come back to 2, we're going to be asking questions because as we kind of looked up a little bit,
they are connected.
The characters from the first game do connect in the second game. So it'd be better for us to have it like a little bit in our mind because the first 3 Final Fantasy games aren't as long as what I assume the Golden Sun might be. So it should be a lot more fresh in our mind, realistically.
Yep. Agreed. All right, everyone. For Mr. Wrong, I am Legionkaje. We are the D20 duo because that's the name that we came up with. We didn't discuss Chrono Trigger hardly at all today, but instead more of our future plans.
Honestly, we did though. We explained everything we did, but we appreciate you for being here. And this has been Questlog.
Motherfucker, don't take my lines.
I literally slowed down so much for you to get it so that you could do it with me. You already said we came together, okay?
Bye. Everyone. Lost Sanctum sucks.